Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening, whatever time it is when you listen and click onto this video. How y'all doing, family? My name is Mario Matthews. I am the owner and operator of Minutes Till Dawn Productions. Minutes Till Dawn Productions is an entertainment media production company focused on empowering black families. We hope to create media projects that breaks the mold of those traditional stereotypes that you find in Western American media. And we hope to bring a dynamic approach to black people in the spaces of sci-fi, fantasy, fictional, novels, all kind of stuff. So hopefully we be of service to the community, and hopefully, we can definitely produce those media projects for the future and for our families. So with that being said, I want to jump into this video, and I want to make it to very quick. We're not going to take too much time on this video because honestly there's not much to talk about. It was a lot of glooply glock, and we're going to get into that. However, we are discussing today the Revolt-TV State of Emergency for the black community amidst the COVID-19 crisis. I just finished looking at the live stream, and went through the entire 2 hours, and I just want to touch on 5 key points that I think that video totally missed the ball. Totally missed the ball. You feel me? So let's jump right into it, shall we? All right. So first and foremost, identity schizophrenia. Again, identity schizophrenia. All right. The video, Puff Daddy and, or P. Diddy, whatever people want to call him nowadays, and Van Jones, they were, sort of the orators in this particular video, or the directors of the video. And, for all intents and purposes, I do want to thank Revolt-TV for bringing this topic up to, the broader black American society. However, the identity schizophrenia was just, it was just off the wall, dude. Like, you present this video as a state of emergency for black America, yet we have all of these different sort of ethnicities, cultures, backgrounds, or whatnot that are a part of black America. They are a part of black America. However, for the vast majority of black Americans here in America, they are still descendants of American slavery, i.e. ADOS, American descendants of slavery. And to be honest, man, like, there was little representation of working class individuals, like me, who are, for all intents and purposes, bottom casted here in United States. You feel me? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, if you know American history, okay, black people did not immigrate here. We was sold or stolen, brought here, and bred here to do work for free, and to be beaten and to be bred here in American society as slaves, okay? And our ancestors went through what they went through the institution of slavery, and we were never paid 40 acres and a mule and $100 for each family. We were never, there was no restitution. And the initiatives that did happen during that time were rolled back with President Andrew Johnson, okay? And those self-sufficient, self-sustaining, quote-unquote, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, well-to-do black American townships, they were all burned down and bombed, i.e. Black Wall Street and other places across the U.S. where black people actually did make a stride. So with that being said, that is in a nutshell, Jim Crow, mass incarceration, the black codes, chain gangs, all those. I mean, come on, segregation. That is the black American experience right there, okay? Now, for all intents and purposes, immigrants from Africa and other places across the diaspora and across the globe, okay? And we're specifically talking about countries that were of, African descent. Before the 1960s, the Immigration Act, okay, and civil rights, before then, there was a majority, if not all around, black American descendant of slavery population. Okay? Immigration for black people across the planet was zeroed out by white folks who were in power at the time. And once the Immigration Act of the 1960s came into effect, that's when all these other black and brown folks were able to come to the U.S. in order to pursue what they understood as happiness and a better life. That American exceptionalism, that American dream, okay? That wouldn't be here. That wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for black people. However, when it comes to advocating for us specifically, now we got to include everybody else. So, which is it? Are we talking specifically about black people who are American descendants of slavery, which is a lineage? Or are we talking about race, i.e., anybody that is black, which is not a lineage? And also brown folks, you feel me? From different places of Latin America and all these other different places. What are we talking about? Which group of people are we addressing? Is it for black folks? Is it for black and brown folks? Is it for black American descendants of slavery? I don't know. That's what I meant by identity schizophrenia. Which group are we talking about? If we're talking about everybody within these categories, then make that explicit. Otherwise, I don't want to see the word black state of emergency, and yet we're talking about black, brown, everybody. It don't make any sense. It do not make any sense. Okay? Number 2, race-specific policy. I distinctly remember AOC talking about class policy ain't gonna solve this issue. We gotta talk about race-specific policy. Okay, AOC, let's talk about race-specific policy, okay? When you guys had the opportunity to look over the CARES Act to see if there's any quote-unquote race-specific policy, you guys, and by you guys, I'm talking about you, your squad, and Bernie Sanders. Y'all was up on the Senate floor making these fluffy speeches about how race-specific policy and all these other things was missing from this bill. But you voted for it. You, Bernie Sanders, the rest of your squad voted for one of the biggest corporate giveaways in American history. A couple days ago, you guys voted for that. And when you had the opportunity to make sure that black American descendant of slavery, our community, was represented properly in this bill, crickets. You talk about race-specific policy where you had the chance here. Why didn't you stand up for race-specific policy when you had the chance? That brings me to another thing. Diddy. How you gonna have politicians, active, well-known politicians on your platform without bringing these questions up to them, dude? What are y'all thinking? That's not advocacy. That's not advocacy. So let me be perfectly clear about what I'm saying. We don't need race-specific policy because race in America has devolved into black, brown, everybody under the sun who has melanin in their skin. No, we need lineage-specific policy. All of these black people out here who are homeless, who are being treated unfairly when it comes to economics, when it comes to medical need. Everybody already knows that this is not a phenomenon that just popped up yesterday. It's not. This has always been an issue. You guys already said it on your platform. This has always been an issue. Well, that only begs the question. Why? Why is it even an issue to begin with? It's an issue because we have a distinctive, systematic, racist system that began with the institution of slavery. We all know that. In which case, where's our reparations? Okay? And people like to get it twisted. Reparations is not just merely handing out money. No, reparations is a combination of a lot of things. Reparations is a combination of a lot of things. You feel me? Now, let's get to number 3. Policy, not speeches. We need lineage-based policies, i.e. reparations, to solve this issue. Because right now we got an epidemic going on. And there are already a lot of different news outlets and resources that we have already in the media that suggest that black people are the ones who are being affected by this the most. And by this, I mean COVID-19. But there's a reason why it's like that. Everybody on the platform talking about, oh, we got to practice social distancing. Oh, we got to do this. Oh, we got to do that. But people don't have the luxury to do that, especially black people. We don't have the luxury to do that. And why don't we have the luxury to do that? Because we have always existed in the working poor class of America. And not by necessity. We've always been there because we were purposely placed there. We came here as slaves. We never got restitution. We never got reparations. Therefore, we are regulated to the failed areas of the society in which we have to fend for ourselves in order to even get to what we have Many of the black people who have jobs, who are in the essential, positions that are being, sort of identified in American society. We're not there because we want to be there. We there because if we don't eat tomorrow. We don't feed our family. We don't put food on the table. We have to go out and do this, regardless of what's going on. It could be raining meteorites tomorrow. It could be raining meteorites. And guess what? We still got to go outside. Why? Because if we stay inside, we starve. We don't have wealth. Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell already pointed out the median black family in America, the median black family in America is worth $1,700. That's not including depreciating assets like your car, your TV, things like that. Okay? If you got a family that's worth $1,700 or less, tell them to social distance. How? How they gonna social distance? How you expect them to stay home? How you expect them to go to the doctor and pay off these medical bills and stuff like that? And that was before COVID-19. Now, how you expect them to stay home when they're sick? They gotta put food on the table. They got kids. They got business to take care of. If they don't take care of it, they starve. So the obvious question at that point is, AOC, since you on a platform, Ayanna Pressley, since you on a platform, since the squad is in the house, what are y'all doing for Black American descendants of slavery, specifically to solve this issue? What are you doing to secure reparations to American descendants of slavery, that which is owed? And don't tell me that it's a handout, because it is a debt. You guys owe this. It's a debt. Okay? What are y'all doing? I want to see the policy. You guys are the politicians. You guys are the leaders. Write the policy. Bring it to our table. We will read it and tell you whether or not we will support it. That's how it works. Quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Put the policy on the table. If we agree with it, we will vote for you. If not, kick rocks. That's how it works. Because we got to feed our families at the end of the day. We don't have the luxury to quarantine in the house with a dog, a cat, and all this other stuff. We got to work. Number 4, blaming the youth. Now, I distinctly heard Fat Joe and and some other rappers and stuff like that talking about, the youth is still on the corner smoking blunts and passing 40s around and drinking and smoking and they ain't even concerned whether or not they kill their grandmama or anything like that. Now, on Revolt-TVs, platform and during the conference or whatever, the emergency, conference, you guys already pointed out that information is key. Okay? Giving people the proper information is key. But what you guys are not saying is that practice makes perfect. Okay? Now, why would I say something like that? You got to put things into perspective. These young people, these young folks learned from the older folks. They're just doing what they learned to do. Now, people look at this, oh, you're just making excuses. Oh, they still need to get off the corner. Oh. Look, bruh. Look. If you guys want to put into some policy or something like that, where you force these young folks off the corner, then what makes y'all better than anybody else who advocated for policy to lock up nonviolent offenders, i.e. Joe Biden, huh? Is that what y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna go up to him and put him in the headlock? Or y'all gonna call the police on him so there can be another casualties in the system? Is that what you're gonna do? Then in which case, do not come at me when Joe Biden is the front runner for the Democratic Party. Because that's obviously what you guys want. Same dude that put mass incarceration, that put it on steroids, okay? We're making the same mistakes that we did in the past. Y'all want to do it again? All right, fine. Do it again. But do not complain. Do not complain when you find yourself in a situation where you become part of the problem instead of the solution. Now, if it was me, okay? If it was me, and the young folks is on the corner doing things that they may or may not know is irresponsible, okay? Then it is my obligation to at least point them towards some resources or information to get them caught up. And whatever they do with the information is what they do with the information. At that point, it is not my place to go up to them and make them do what I think is right. Okay? I mean, it is what it is. If you ain't go get no smoke, if you ain't about that smoke, then don't step. Some people got to learn the hard way. I'm just keeping it real with you. Some people have to learn the hard way. You got people who may read some resources, see some examples, and be like, that's all I need to know to avoid this thing. But then you got those hard heads out there, okay, who need to feel the flame but in order to understand that it burns, okay? What you doing by presenting yourself, going over there, talking to people, to be honest, you could have COVID-19 and not know it and spread it to those young people by going over there yelling in their face. Okay? You could be the one spreading it instead of just minding your own business, staying in the house, and doing a responsible thing by just pointing people towards resources when the opportunity arrives and they can come make their own decisions and come to their own conclusion, okay? You do not have to compound problems. That's not how you solve them. And if you want the authorities to get involved, to throw these young people in prison, then like I said, do not complain when Joe Biden, the man who put mass incarceration on steroids, becomes your new president. Okay? Don't complain to me. Don't complain to nobody. You are no longer a part of any solution. You are the problem. Lastly, love is the cure. Listen, I'm pretty sure everybody is tired of these cliches that people are suggesting where, we should just love each other and be responsible and try our best to help out our neighbors and be the best person that we can. Look, nobody ain't saying none of that stuff is not it's not bad. Nobody ain't saying it's bad. However, it's very cliche and lovey-dovey at a time where people are dropping like flies. No, people need they need the truth. And they need information where they can make the best possible decisions given their circumstances. And right now, these are horrible, horrible circumstances, okay? We got people dropping like flies. They are projecting that 150,000 people will be dead in the next few weeks. You feel me? But they ain't telling you what's going to happen in the next 2 years. Quite honestly, in the state that we're in, Black community, and by community I mean specifically Black American descendants of slavery, in the state that we're in, I say we're looking at an extinction level event. COVID-19 alone I say that's like 10 to 15% of the Black American population right there, gone. And that's COVID alone. We ain't even talking about all of the social devastation and degradation that's going to happen as a result of all this. And that's a conversation for another day. But it's real, though. That's what I'm talking about. It's real. Look, ladies and gentlemen, for all intents and purposes, we are experiencing an event that only happens once in a century. And this is a dire, dire situation right now. Okay? A lot of people are going to die. A lot of people have already started dying. And unfortunately, due to the fact that we've existed in a society that purposely put black people in a position to where we are always experiencing a crisis, social economic crisis all the time. All it takes is for one little thing to occur to just toss your life asunder. But this isn't just one little thing. This is a world-rocking thing. And when at times like this, a situation like this, I honestly think we are at the beginning of an extinction level event. And if our specific needs are not solved, they're not met, if we do not receive that which we are owed, reparations to American descendants of slavery, I don't know how our population gonna survive this. I honestly don't know. I don't know. The only thing I could tell you is, stay safe with your family if you can, and hope for the best. This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what y'all thinking, man. Hopefully, people are being safe out here, especially considering the fact that we all got to go outside and work, because that's all we got. Much love to y'all, family. Y'all be cool, man. Peace.